This is a story of a man named Bobby Schneider. Bobby Schneider was your typical YouTuber wannabe, usually releasing videos every few weeks. He loved doing it. It was his favorite thing to do, mostly. That and edit the videos, as well as role-playing and virtual reality. A long time ago, he uploaded a few videos on the game The Stanley Parable, and, while not being sought, he absolutely loved it. And so, as of right now, he is now going to play The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. He has been anticipating this for many days, years, maybe even eons. He is going to have loads of fun, that's no doubt, but the adventure you're going to see is definitely going to be a uncut version, due to him wanting you to experience every single bit. Alright, this gag is getting old. Hello everybody, my name is Killer Talent and welcome to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. If you remember, back in time, I actually played the original Stanley Parable, and I loved it. The reason why? Branching choices, choose your own path. I love games that have a basic choose your own adventure thing. That's why I love Markiplier's stuff. Anyways, this game, and if you, no, hold on. This game is very near and dear to my heart. If you couldn't tell from the intro. Unless I didn't do that intro narration scene, in which case, forget it. All the settings are done, so we can just... Oh, so good to see that text again. This is going to be a ride through memory lane, isn't it?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
We are playing now. Oh, I think that was actually Oh, hey. Is that the... No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright. The first ending I'm gonna do is gonna be the basic, follow the line story, nothing special. My plan is to make, real quick before I continue, my plan is to set it up to where every episode is an ending. So I'll do the basic ending in this one, and the next one I'll do like, I don't know, the closet ending. And I'll just keep going until I get all the endings.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I can't tell if they reused his voice, or they're just having him say the same thing again. They're still using the Half-Life 2 assets. He entered the door on his left. This is the way you're supposed to play
Yet
the
there was
Stanley
not a
Parable.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's
What does it
office,
say?
hoping he might find an answer there.
RS001. That's new. New table. No. I must resist the temptation.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Go upstairs to his boss's office. This is new, I guess. New lighting, I think.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
I love that.
Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Considering how long this game is, I actually might make it to where I'll try to get 2 endings. Screw it. I'll just go for as long as I
Descending
can.
deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh, that's new. New Steam.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, I'm not falling for that again. You actually can't see anything. They fixed the lighting.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Alright.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature
Where's
revealed.
427?
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
427.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place
Hold on.
where
427,
freedom meant nothing.
427, right there. Funny enough, they released it today, 427 being, you know, the whole biz nasty.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I'm gonna wait here for a minute. I'm gonna try to get the disco thing. Get your first achievement. You can't jump. I knew that wasn't an achievement because they don't have it. They still don't have it. They did change a few things. Like, the desk was just a normal desk, I believe. It didn't have that glass thing. So that's new. The lighting is brand new, so that's great. This is really just like a graphics DLC for the parable of Stanley Man. This man's. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I cannot wait. Let's hope this doesn't play copyrighted music. Ah, well, who cares? Yes!
Accept his own life in someone else's control. Never. It was unthinkable. Sorry, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Once and for all.
Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
And that's the end of what should be the main ending. But that's not all the endings, you see. There are more. Oh, so many more. For instance...
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
And now, we continue anew.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, one moment.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yep.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth?
Yes.
No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause.
Oh, really? Add to it.
Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Where's 417? Wait, what the? Hey. All right.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437. It's back here, I believe.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415, you got it, buddy. I'm gonna go do that. 415, where are you, baby? I'm gonna come click you. 416, 415.
Now, back to door number 437.
437, oh, you got it, my buddy. 437. Let's go. Let's do this.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
417, you got it. It's back here, isn't it?
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
That's 418, which means this is 419.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. That's right over here, isn't it? 416. 416.
We've almost got it!
Yeah!
Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Alright. Let's go. This is great. I love this.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5!
Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing.
I know.
Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
What's this? Knowing your city. That's odd. I remember that. Come on. It's 420. Ow. Oh, wait. Isn't there an ending where it's like, input received? I don't know if it's on these machines, but I'm pretty sure either you go back or one of these machines also has an input thing, and once you put them all in, you can go to the button heaven. I know all the original endings. I know jack squat about the other endings, besides that one of them is outside, and that's just because of the trailer.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, you know it, baby.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yes.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Let's go get that broom closet
And so he
ending.
detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
And here we are.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I swear these are of higher quality. I swear the monkey wrench is from Half-Life. Or not
There
Half-Life.
was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
TF2, that's the one.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
Yeah.
As it is,
No,
he's
I'm
literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
No, I love this, man. Look, it's got a screwdriver, got some tools, got a broom.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yep.
Standing around doing nothing?
Uh-huh.
Why?
Because I love
Please
it.
offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Dude, the broom closet's the best. I want the broom closet ending.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
I'm getting the broom closet ending, lads. The broom closet ending.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh,
Did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite.
I hope your friends find this concerning.
Oh, I love this.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
You know it, baby. Not actually.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
All right.
Ah, second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
All right. Wait a minute. This is a broom closet? Ooh.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Awesome. One moment. Need to do something for later. Popcorn is good. Hot popcorn is better. So I turn on the popcorn heater. Heats up the popcorn. Magic. Alright. That's enough of the broom closet ending. I'm gonna go tell my friends about that later.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The executive bathroom. What the? To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be if to have to pick just one. Huh. I don't remember that. Extreme bathrooms. That's funny. I love this game. Such a good picture, you know. Business strategy. Yep. Oh, I think they redid the elevator. You don't actually go anywhere, it's just a vibrating room. Which, you know, is really neat.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet.
No, it's
and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Oh, it's 2.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
I'll get it next time.
Amazing.
Shush.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
The light of the popcorn thing's kind of ruining it for me, but you know, that's fine. It's fun. Oh, God, it's bringing so many memories back. I don't know who I watched first. It definitely was not Markiplier, but I watched someone.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Mind Control Facility.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Huh? That's a little odd. On one of the desks, huh? Alright.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Where's 420?
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Where's 420? 420 is just a normal office. Darn it, what? It's not the smoking zone?
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
And this is the great thing about multiple choice.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent,
What?
Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
What?
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley?
Nothing.
Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
No.
To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Alright, that's great. Is there a way now to get at... I don't think there is. There might be. I may have to look that up. Because I don't remember those panels. That was kind of... Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Let's break the game!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Begin the game again. Let's try this again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could
it
mean?
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah. Come on. Come on. Let's go choose yes.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Let's go pick yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way.
Oh, God, this is
But his
amazing.
brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
Encore. Alright, I'm not gonna sit here forever. Now let's go do the other options.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
What? Whoa. No, not yet, not yet. New content.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I need to
This was
do all
not the correct way to the meeting room,
left and
and
right
Stanley knew it
options.
perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
Just to admire it.
Wow. Yes, this room. But
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
No.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Oh God, that's terrifying. Hey there, baby.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press O on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press J.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Please press P.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Please press U to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Please press N to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Please press G to prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Please press K to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Please press G to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Please press M to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Please press R to be at work in the morning.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Please press J to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content past that door. Alright, so that is the official new content door.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
know.
doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting? What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yep.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
All right.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
Oh, I can't wait to see how this looks.
Well, I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy. No, wait. Where are you going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Like they say. Geronimo.
No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment.
Heck?
Now, can we please get back to the other room?
The heck is this? I don't remember that. I specifically cannot click on that. That is weird.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving. Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. No. No, no, what do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
I could just reset the
No,
game.
perhaps not.
But that wouldn't be fun. And you guys are here for entertainment.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
This one's definitely the better one because I love the pretty little colors. Look at that. Well, come on.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
It's hard not to feel bad for this guy. You know. Him being the... How long have I been going? An hour? Yeah. I'm planning to cut most of it, but... yeah, I guess that's it for now. My name is Kill Time. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, home dogs.